No champion comes off the field or the mat or the court or whatever it may be and says, "Man, I won because I was so angry." What's up, guys? This is Mighty Q here with Mighty Q's Locker, and today I am going to be talking about a quick little cheat code to actually improve at any sport you want to improve at, based solely on controlling your mind and your emotions. I have a lot of firsthand experience with this, whether it be from football, wrestling, golf. All three of those I've played at a very high level. And so many people I hear all the time talk about, whether it be wrestling or football. I mean also with golf as well. But people know with football and wrestling, they talk about, oh, I just get so angry. I just see red. I just get super amped up. So I get super angry before a match or before a game, and I just go out there and I operate on my anger, and that's what I go out there. I just get really mad. And, I hear a lot of dads and a lot of coaches yell it from the stands as well, like, get mad or anything like that. It doesn't work. It might work for a short term. It might work for one match. It might work for a game. It might work for a quarter. You might have a couple big plays. You might feel extra strong. But I'm here to tell you that it doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work is because anger isn't helping you. Anger is a distraction. You have more brain power when you're not angry. You have more brain power when you're calm and composed. When you're calm and composed, you're able to operate from a level of being focused, and being focused is very different than being angry. When you're angry, all of your focus is wrapped entirely up in the anger. So the anger is blocking you from different parts of your brain that might have different skills or different scenarios that might be more beneficial in that exact situation. So when I used to play football, I was literally just like the water boy. I would get really mad, and I would conjure up these random things in my head. I would literally think of what happened that week, what happened that day, something that someone said to me, something that someone did, something that happened a long time ago, something that happened just before the game, whatever it was. I would literally, in my own head, just like the water boy, get really mad and just think and stew on whatever it was. And I would try to use that anger to go make a tackle. I didn't run any faster. I didn't hit any harder. I didn't make any plays out of the ordinary when I was angry, versus when I was last playing football and playing composed, playing calm, playing controlled. When you're angry, you're focused on the anger. You're trying to get that anger out of your body. So the only thing you're thinking about is the anger. When you're calm and composed, you're playing a lot more free. There are times when, the aggression is going to happen, like right before you make a tackle. That aggression's going to happen. But if you have that aggression the entire time, and you're running with aggression, and you're trying to dive, and you're trying to do things, you're going to overextend, and you're going to do things that you actually shouldn't do, and you're going to put yourself in a lot of really bad places. Versus when you're calm, you're composed, your body's operating off of all the hours of practice, the instincts, and just the flow of the game, and you're able to kind of move in and out through these different emotions and these different feelings, versus just thinking about one. Because there's times when you're really angry and you're coming downhill and you want to make a tackle, so you're naturally going to be inclined to be more aggressive and take action. So again, this is specifically football. Playing linebacker, your job is always to fill the hole on the run. So when I used to play from a more angered state, coming downhill to fill the gap and fill the run, it's okay, it works. But being in that angered state, you can basically get tricked into that play action, and you can take 2 or 3 steps downhill before you realize, because you're so focused on making that tackle and blowing it up, and you're angry. And so you're not thinking and processing as quickly as being calm. When I was playing linebacker, playing calm and playing collected, when I was in the All-American Bowl, 14 tackles and a pick, I was calm, I was collected, I was just out there having fun, giving my best. And that's where the difference of angry is versus calm and collected. Yeah, there was moments where I was mad and I had aggression, and there were big plays made. But I had more big plays made and more regular plays made from a place of I was just calm, I was collected, I saw everything that was happening. It was like the game was in slow motion. And so I've noticed when you're calm and collected, things come to you really, really slow. And it feels like, basically it's slow motion. It's like moving in 3/4 speed. You're seeing everything happen in front of you. You're seeing where that receiver's going. You're seeing where the running back is. You're seeing where the quarterback is looking. Versus when you're angry, you're so pent up and you're moving so fast that everything else around you is moving just as fast. And so I've noticed that when I was playing angry, I was normally slower than when I was calm and composed. And now the same goes for wrestling. There was times where I would be angry on the mat. And when I was going into a match angry, or, if it was someone I was wrestling I didn't like or whatever, and there was a couple moments like that, going into that match, and I was essentially wrestling a person I didn't like. I was wrestling a person that, I didn't get along with. We had beef. It was whatever. And there was this layer of I couldn't break through for certain moves. Like it's not like I didn't know them. It's not like I didn't know what to do. But because I was angry, I stuck to the same moves that weren't working, and I kept trying to make them work rather than switching and doing the things that I knew would have worked instead. And I remember this was one of the moments was districts in the semifinals, and I was down 1-0, and I had a crossbody ride, and I just kept trying for the guillotine. I just kept trying it. I kept trying it. I was cross-facing, going back to the guillotine. I was cross-facing, go back to the guillotine. And I literally had it, and I was just trying to work him over, and I just kept trying to go for it. When instead, if I would have just changed to a power half or changed to a completely different breakdown and gone for, a chicken wing, a cradle, anything else, but what wasn't working was that one move. And I kept trying that one move because this was the one thing that I wanted to do, and I was angry and stuck to, I want to hit this move. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do this. And it blinded me from all the other moves that were there and readily available. The power half was there. Going back and looking at the film, the power half was there. A crossface hip over was there. But I kept fighting, trying to get this because I had his wrist with my left wrist, and I had it to the point where it was pulled. I had his arm behind my head, and now I was trying to swing my right arm to hook his head on the reverse half. And I couldn't get it, and I couldn't get to his head. I just kept trying the reverse half, and I kept trying it, but I held his arm behind, and I was, trying to rock back that way. And then we ended up in a scramble because he pulled down with his left arm and basically pulled my head down. And then we were just kind of in this stalled position, and we wasted 30, 40 seconds, and we were just in that position. Could have stopped for a stalemate basically of where the position that we were at, but the ref kind of let it keep going, and we both didn't really have much, and I kept fighting for this move that wasn't there. And then finally, with 10 seconds left in the match, I finally gave it up. I finally then transferred and tried something else, but I didn't have any time to actually execute it. So when I started to get the move and I started to get it, it had no time to actually work. And so then I was mad because it was starting to work and I ran out of time, And then the minute I stepped off the mat, I knew, I was like, yep, all I had to do was switch to that move. I didn't even think of switching to that move. I was so angry at the time that I couldn't think of switching to a basic move like a power half. That's what anger does to you. It blinds you from the things you know you can do or know you might do. And it keeps you on the same task. It keeps you away from the things that are actually going to work or are working, and just never lets you see it. There's no running at full speed on the mat. Like it's different than football. Like there is a certain anger element that football has because of the aggression. And when you're running full speed at someone and you're trying to tackle someone, there is this level of aggression that you have to have, because it's car crash collisions. There is no niceness on the football field. The same, yes, goes for wrestling. Like when you get a collar tie, you want to snap it. You want to have some force, but you can't be out of control. And the minute you go from calm and composed to angry, you lose all control. You lose all ability to operate within your technique. You start flailing all over the place. Your arms go out of whack. You would be shooting a double. Your arms would be super flared out. You're just not in control of your body. And to win matches at the highest level, to win matches at really any good level, you can't be angry because you're not composed. You're not under control. You're not hitting your technique the way it's supposed to be hit. So to win more matches, stop going into it saying, oh, I'm just going to get so angry. Oh, I'm just going to be out there and I'm going to see red. You can't do that. It even goes the same. You can look the same for UFC fighters. Guys after a fight aren't saying, yeah, I was just so angry, I had to go out there and punch. No, it's the guy who's calm. It's the guy who's got composure. It's the guy who's under control. It's the guy who's taking his time and fighting his fight. The guy who's wrestling his match. When you're calm and composed, you're able to see more things. When you see more things, you can readily and quickly react to it. The quicker you react, the more chance you have of actually succeeding and hitting whatever it may be. And that's going to lead to more wins. That's going to lead to this finally realization, which it took me some time. But it happened more from golf that it made me kind of understand, because golf will make you mad in an instant. You can have the perfect plan and you're off by, a sliver of a degree. And that's the difference between you hitting in the fairway and you hit in the water. And you'll be super angry and you'll be super mad. But guess what? That doesn't help you hit that golf ball any farther or any more accurately if you're really, really angry. I know this firsthand. This is coming from a person who has broken clubs, who used to throw clubs, who used to scream and yell out things on the golf course, and would just have a terrible, shitty attitude. It didn't improve my golf game. It didn't ever make me play any better. Most of the times I would instantly play a lot worse. So leave the anger out. It's not important. It's not needed. It doesn't help you with sports. It doesn't help you with life. When you think about an argument, the person who gets angry is the person who loses. The person who's screaming and yelling and is not listening and is jumping to get to their point and is just berating someone isn't winning. And they're not going to win. Calm, composed. You should be able to see the moves that are coming at you. You should be able to see and react very quickly. And being angry does not let that happen. In an argument, you have 2 ears. You should listen more than you speak. In a wrestling match, you have 2 eyes. Same goes for you should be seeing and reacting. Same goes for a fight. Same goes for driving. There's no need for road rage. Slow down. Let someone get in front of you. What's the difference? You're going to get to your destination at the same exact time. I guarantee you. But yet, everyone wants to scream and yell and cuss and honk their horn and, ride up on someone's rear bumper because they're all flustered and they're angry on the highway. What the fuck does it matter? Let a person merge in. It's not going to make a difference. Oh no, they made you miss and you got stopped at a red light. Boo-hoo. What, it's gonna make a difference of 30 seconds, maybe a minute? Take a breath. Take 2. Wait 30 seconds. There's no need for anger. Being composed, being calm, you're under control. The more under control you are in any situation, the more success you're going to have. So focus on control, focus on composure, and you're going to see the massive benefits that you're going to see on the mat, off the mat, on the field, off the field, on the court, off the court, on the course, off the course. Those that golf. But it's more important to be composed and be under control than it is to be erratic and angry. If you guys enjoyed this episode, then all I ask from you is to share the show with a friend, because if you got this great knowledge, then you can share it with someone who might also need that same knowledge. All right, guys, I'll talk to you guys on the next one.